Over the Seahawks was his ninth career game-winning for most in first two seasons and one more than Peyton Manning. Colts 34, Seahawks 28, with the Seahawks giving up 11 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. Statement game for Mr. Luck. So, Chip, do you still believe that they made a mistake?
They made an all-time huge mistake, and I feel more strongly this morning about it than I ever have, Stephen A. Smith. Need I say more about Peyton Manning, what we saw yesterday? Do I need to even add any more that he would have toyed with the 85 Bears under today's rules? Need I say any more about he set another record for touchdown passes through the first 5 games? He has 20 total to only 1 interception. He has lost all throw and a couple of fumbles, so that's 20 to 3 turnovers. Do I need to say any more about the Cowboys got one hand on him yesterday, which was George Selvig grabbing his face mask and jerking his neck to the side? He bounced right back up from that, and his neck was just fine after we know that 2 years ago he went through 4 neck procedures. So he is 37 to me, going on 27. I even saw him run for a touchdown. He scampered for a touchdown yesterday. Now, can I please put Andrew Luck back in perspective since you've asked me this question? I remind you, last year he had the second most turnovers in the National Football League to Mr. Butt Fumble, Mark Sanchez. And I remind you, opening game at Indy this year, he threw for a grand total of 178 yards against the Raiders that Peyton just absolutely demolished. 178 yards, and Terrell Pryor nearly beat him, had first and goal at the 8 late in that game, and then got sacked and threw an interception. That was 21-17. Second game at home, Ryan Tannehill outplayed Andrew Luck. In the fourth quarter of that game, Andrew Luck threw a big interception, and they scored 0 points in the fourth quarter. Just to put this, I'm not ripping him. You asked me the question, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This is a joke question to me. And yesterday, I thought he played extremely well yesterday against the Seattle defense, but I think we should start asking a few questions about away from 12th man in Seattle. But overall, Stephen A., he has thrown 7 touchdown passes to 2 interceptions. Let's see, 20-1 over here with this guy, this Peyton guy, and then 7-2 with 2 more lost fumbles. So now Andrew Luck has 7 touchdowns to 4 turnovers. 7-4. I'm just trying to let that sink in for a second. And he has averaged 229 yards passing per game. Think about that. Peyton gets 229 per drive, it seems like. Stephen A., how can you make this case? They made a huge mistake. You got Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck. No disrespect to Andrew Luck, but he's only Andrew Luck right now. And I'm not sure he's going to ever be close to Peyton Manning because I don't think anybody will ever be close to what this guy is doing right now.
I'm sick and tired of you making these points just to make her points. No. and listen, I listen to you, listen to me. I'm sick and tired of you making these points when you just shove aside everybody else's reality to hold on to yours like Velcro. The fact of the matter is this. No one said that Andrew Luck is or was going to be better than Peyton Manning. What they said was, is Andrew Luck going to be special? There is no doubt he's going to be special. There's no doubt that he is special right now. 9 game-winning drives and 21 starts in the first 21 starts of his career. This dude went 11-5. Peyton Manning played 1 extra week than Andrew Luck last year. That's it. Okay. Right now, Peyton Manning's 5-0. Andrew Luck is 4-1. Here's the difference. Peyton Manning might have 2 years or 5 years left in his career. Andrew Luck's got 15. That is why the decision was made. You constantly change the argument. There is nothing wrong with your point. Your point is, this is a win-now league. I'm about winning right now. I'm saying to you, that's fine, but I have a guy that's coming off of 4 neck surgeries. I don't know whether or not he's going to be able to survive, but so long, not to mention the fact that even the Denver Broncos didn't make it, because even though Peyton Manning signed a football contract in excess of $90 million, the first year of it was guaranteed, and he did that on purpose because he wanted to make the commitment to John Elway and the Denver Broncos that if his health didn't hold up, you are not on the hook to owe me all of this money. This is Peyton Manning, the class personified that he is. Andrew Luck is a dude coming out of school, 22, 23 years old. He's a stud. There is no question. Everybody talk about RG3. Let me tell you something. Every week that Andrew Luck looks good, it makes RG3, puts him even more so on the hot seat. Because we've been talking about him so much, and we forgot about this kid. And we forgot about this kid right here. This kid right here who's 11-5. This kid right here who manages to win football games. This kid right here who has a mind of his own, by the way, who understands the offense, who guys like Reggie Wayne and others who have played with Peyton Manning have lauded and praised, not comparing him to Peyton Manning because they understand that would be insulting. Peyton Manning has done what he has done over the course of more than a decade. This dude is in his second year. It was a simple youth movement move. And if you're going to go the youthful route, it was universally recognized that Andrew Luck was the #1 quarterback coming out, and he was a quarterback for the generations. He was that kind of guy. When you talk about Elway, Marino, just everybody, okay? You looked at him in that light. Peyton Manning. This is how you talked about the potential for this kid. So Irsay and those guys are like, look, I got to think about the next decade plus. This guy, even if Peyton Manning comes back healthy, even if Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning, the bottom line is, he's not going to be here in 12, 15 years. This kid will, and that is why they picked him. You are the one that consistently tries to change the argument to say, oh, people, I challenge you to show me one individual, one, in the whole world that has said Andrew Luck is better than Peyton Manning. Tell me one person who said it. Nobody. So it's not about.
So what's your point?
The point is, it's a youth movement. It's a youth movement.
Would you have Peyton Manning?
No.
Play for you for 5 more years?
No.
Are you kidding?
Peyton Manning that was coming off of 4 neck surgeries combined with a dude who was going to be a stud that's 23 years old.
Peyton's doctors were telling Irsay he's going to be even better than ever. And the Colts doctors are saying, no, we don't trust it.
You know what the bottom line is? The Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning not guarantee all 5 years.
That was him being classy.
Hold on. Why? Fine. Why? Hold on. Just him being classy.
$20 million? Did they give it to him?
He deserves it because he's Peyton Manning.
No.
The point that I'm trying to make to you is this. Peyton Manning being classy. Denver jumped at it. Why? Because it's football. When you and your soliloquy brought up the fact that when they grabbed his face mask, his head turned. He was okay, but it was no doubt. You heard the announcers, Phil Simms and those boys talk about this could have had anything could have happened to him. Remember, he's coming off a 4 neck surgery, Nancy. It's football. It's football, Skip. So the point is that Andrew Luck is a young stud. That's all. You can't find one. Stop lying on people. You can't find one person that said Andrew Luck is better than Peyton Manning. Nobody said that. Nobody.
Here's what happened.
Go ahead.
Bottom line, that owner that we just talked about of the Indianapolis Colts wanted to become the face of the franchise. He wanted to be the driving force of the franchise, and he can't do it if Peyton Manning is still there. Peyton was everything to those Colts fans.
Wow.
He wanted to start fresh because he had it in his lap, a quarterback that people were saying, here's the next Peyton Manning. Unfortunately, you could have had the real Peyton Manning for 5 more years. 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16. It would make your chances of winning it all tenfold better.
Yeah, but
last year, what happened last year? Peyton Manning had them dead to rights.
Right.
The team that was going to go win the Super Bowl. And Raheem Moore misplayed a heel flat ball.
Sure.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Sure.